So, this is our coaching segment. We're going to talk about the key element of coaching. A lot of people have gone further than they thought they could because someone else thought they could. And what does that mean to you guys about that?
You can go further when someone's pushing you or instructing you.
Right. Have you had situations where you felt like that in life? In athletics or academics or work or anything really? Yeah. That's cool. So our key element of coaching, we go back to our body attack athlete Lisa, it was from our arms. And remember, your job, just to recap, is that you need to lead your participants clearly, simply, successfully to a place they can't get on their own. That's your job. And everything we do is for our participants. So we wear many hats as a body attack coach. I'm going to go through each one of them. But first, I just want to brainstorm about some coaching things with you guys. So, people come to our class for results. What do we want to show them? Because coaching involves everything you see, everything you show your participants, and everything you say. What you look like and what you do is all coaching. It's not just what you say into the mic. So what do you want to show them in your classes?
Perfect technique.
Yeah, great technique. That's number one. Perfect. What do you want to say to them? How do you want to say it to get them to do the right thing?
Clear directions.
Yeah, clear directions. So you want to be the instructor. You want to tell them what to do, simply you want to do it. How about the people that come to your classes that maybe are already athletes? What do you want to tell them to keep them coming back? Kind of let them know the purpose behind what you're doing. What do you want to tell them?
If you're seeing improvements in them, or if
Yeah.
you're
You're seeing improvements in them in education, telling them the why is the other thing. And what does everybody need? Is body attack a hard class? Can it be challenging at times? But what do people need maybe towards the end or middle of the tracks?
Motivation.
Motivation. Cool. Well, up here for you, right? All right, so role model, we already talked about. Kristen went over it beautifully. Your job is to role model perfect technique throughout the entire track. So, this is technique. Participants come to your classes for results. They want the body attack experience, and the body attack experience is an athletic, sports-inspired class. So they expect when they get there to see a ton of athletes working towards a common goal, and they expect the instructor to be an athlete too. We have three kinds of learners: visual, oral, auditory, and kinesthetic, people that learn by doing. Well, everyone is usually a mix of the three, and they dominate in one area. So with the role model, your visual learners will take the most out of role model technique. All right? Hat number one. Hat number two is the instructor. People come to class for results, and you need to give them simple, clear cues to tell them what to do, how to do it, and at the right time. Okay? So as the instructor, that's the hat you're going to wear. You're the body attack coach, not the body attack instructor, so it's just one of the many hats that we wear. And as the instructor, the oral or auditory learners are going to take the most out of that. So simple cues like walk forward and back, name the move, 3, 2, 1 knee, 3, 2, 1 curl. You told them what it was, how to do it, and maybe one cue, chest up, roll through your whole foot. Done. All right? So this is going to be our auditory learners. Anyone has any questions, don't hesitate to just stop me in the middle of it. Educator. So, people are going to keep coming back to your classes when you tell them why it is we're doing what we're doing. You already learned about the 3D instructor, so why do we strength train in body attack during those tracks? We want to look better and shape and tone our body. We also want to stay safe so we can take body attack forever. I want to take body attack forever, even if I'm doing low options in the back. I will be taking body attack. And we want to go harder during the peak parts of the track. So that strength training is going to allow us to do that. Like Kristen went over, body attack has a set sequence. Scientific, it builds your heart rate up to the first peak. You come down to active recovery, work your upper body, go back up to your second peak. And the moves we do are functional. What's the reason on having you do stators? Because it's just fun to do stators? Lateral movement, right? We're working our glutes. People that work their glutes are going to have less knee injuries. People with stronger glutes will have a lower chance of injury. Why do we squeeze our butt into Superman? Not only because it's a cool movement, gets your heart rate up, but we're squeezing our glute medius and preventing injury. So all those little things you can just throw right in there in the middle of class. Real simple, doesn't have to be a whole paragraph on why we're doing what we're doing, but squeeze your glutes to protect your knees, something like that. So the educator, it's going to be the oral learners as well as the kinesthetic learners. So this is the why behind what we do. Online with Les Mills East Coast. Second. There are a ton of videos from back releases about the science behind body attack, technique stuff. Bryce Hastings and Lisa go over all those things that I just talked about. So if you ever want to find them, they're all there for you. You can watch the videos. The motivator. Last but certainly not least, everyone needs motivation. All types of learners need motivation in our classes. And it comes at the correct time and in essence, or rather the 3D hat that you're wearing at the time. So a aerobics instructor during tracks 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, and parts of 9, you're not going to be, run harder! You're going to pull back and have fun, and it's the make me sweat kind of motivation, entertaining motivation that you're going to give to your members. Maybe during the sports tracks, you're going to challenge them, give them an opportunity to work as a team. And in the strength tracks, we're going to possibly be empathetic at times. I know it hurts too. It hurts me as well. But you can get through it, I believe in you. Cool? It's going to be everybody. All right. Now, if you look at your manuals, there will be this in it. We still have the hats. We used to have a different coaching model that'll be in your manuals, but we have a new one, which is great. It separates everything into layers, right? So I gave you the handout that you have. I don't need to write anything else. All right. So in layer 1, that's your compulsory, your coaching safety, you're coaching the choreography and the technique mainly. You're telling them the how, the when. We're not up to the why yet. We're not motivating them yet. You're just naming the move. All right, so you name the move and direction. You can do that visually and verbally. It's what you say and what you do. You cue and you show options. And you cue to set up safe and effective movement. That's the only thing we're looking for this week. And if we see other stuff, that'll be great. I'm sure you guys have no problem doing it from what I've seen today. But that's the first thing, all right? So can you teach an entire class with just layer 1? Yeah, you certainly can. You can teach a whole class just telling them what to do. You don't need to tell them, well, you do need to tell them how to make it harder. You want to motivate them to do better. But this is all you need to just teach a class, which is why it's what we look for the first day. All right, so name of the move, single knee. There's no direction in it, so cue single knee, one knee right, one knee left. Show options. If you don't want to jump, that's fine. Belly braced, chest up. Short and simple, all right? We're not looking at the other 3D tracks yet. We're not looking at the other elements yet. We're just coaching layer 1. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah. So a good resource to use is your choreography notes. Are going to have everything you need to say under technique. It'll be a yellow box. Lisa sometimes is in the box showing you the moves, and it'll say exactly in italicized letters what you need to do. There's also a huge setup portion on the opposite page, adjacent to the notes, where you'll learn how to set it up. I'm going to go over this visual with each block, because it's a really powerful visual, and I love that they came out with it. In block number 1, so that's the first round from start to finish that you do, layer 1 is blue. It's the majority of what we're doing. Does that mean in the first round of the warm-up in the master class that Kristen didn't connect with everybody? Or tell you maybe to go a little deeper into new repeaters? No, she did. It's important for every block, but your focus is on the first part. Because you can't get to making it harder if you don't know how to do it, and you can't motivate them if they're not working harder already. So this color pattern switches throughout each block. Does that make sense? Cool. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to take your track. I want you to take your scripting sheet that we gave you, find the 2 moves, I don't care which moves they are, try to make them compulsory ones if you can, ones that we're going to look at this weekend. And I want you to come up with 2 things to say, that's it, just 2 things that you can say to coach it in layer 1. And if you have questions, I'll be walking around just to too. So just come up with those 2 things.